So check it out. This is what's going to happen. You're going to put everybody on this side.
Okay.
All right. You want with whomever you have here, go first, second, and third, platoon or groups.
Okay. Just have them line up in front of.
Just put them in 3 different groups according to their lab roster.
Okay. Perfect. All right. So everybody looks up. What we're going to do is we're going to get on the other side of this picnic table and follow.
Oh, that's cool. So you look at
Don't call your names off, that way everybody knows.
not like I can't really write a computer.
All right. Wonsackle, Balone, Joseph, she's not here. De Jesus.
Can't hear you.
Wonsackle, Balone, Joseph, De Jesus, Holland, Alcius, Wolf, Pence, Stevenson, Wallaga, Mueller, Christian, Beckland.
I think you're supposed to be on this one.
Just stay right there. That way you're all together. Johnson, Aaron, Dunnigan, Watson, Curry, Robinson, Drum, Moore, Wilson, Springer, Sutherland, Johnson, Xavier, Picklesheimer. Jordans. Carl? Are any of y'all early release or late arrival? Hey, you're a
They're coming.
Alright. Okay. I'm missing a ton of people. Are all y'all? Elsie's already called me.
Elsie's here over there.
Elsie's here to go with the first group. Miranda. Your late arrival. Okay, follow with the first one.
She straight up told me she
And then y'all. Where is Kirsten? No. It's this.
Nice try.
Let me see.
I don't see him on the list anymore. He's missing some folks. I don't know what's going on.
Curry, second platoon.
Cummings? That's the one I'm looking for.
Cummings.
A whole 600.
Just balance off the groups for now.
Alright, so you can just stay with the second group.
Okay.
So it's everybody, minus the nursing ladies. You can just have them go with a group?
Are they the third group?
Yes. Actually, no.
Where are they?
The third platoon just tells me late arrivals.
Yes, that is third platoon.
Okay. It'd be really small, but alright.
That's fine.
So our nurses are the op 4.
Johnson, Xavier, Desjardins, Alcius, Miranda. And then Jarosh, Kingery, Torres. You guys give me this group.
Okay, alright, so now that you're all in groups, stay in your groups, but circle around here, get a little closer so that way I can see you. Okay, alright, so take, let me see here, take.
Is this your card?
How many you want?
Take a card, man.
Yeah.
One.
Take 4 or 5 and pass it around.
Each person gets 4.
Yeah.
I'll take 4. You don't look at the card, do you?
No magic tricks today.
Hit me.
Does anybody know how
Jack
to
of diamonds.
any card tricks?
No, but I know how to play spades.
I'm going
Oh, well,
Hey, what about,
that's
Robinson, you know
an
about
army
hearts?
requirement
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
I like
in most
that card.
cases.
See, you should play.
Yeah, we should play. Yeah. No one knows how
That
to play
can kind of be like a magic trick.
You don't have a heart? Can you play hearts?
I don't even know what game that is.
Oh, dude, I got a royal flush. It's over.
That's game.
Look at me.
Oh, you drew 5?
Can we look at them?
How do you have a roll?
Yes. All right. So check it out. So in your groups, this is what you're going to do. So So some of you have already looked at the homework. I think most of you, if not some of you. All right, the class we're going to go over today is going to be over battle drills. All right, we had a couple labs last semester that was an introduction. This semester, because we're going to get more into offensive operations, you're going to be leading these labs, and you're going to be training and leading the MS1s and MS2s in your platoons. Now, we're going to keep the platoons generally the same. I know we have maybe a problem with a garrison platoon and a lab platoon, but your groups that you're in right now, with maybe some more small changes week to week, this is your group for the rest of the semester. Is that understood? Okay. All right. So in your groups, and I know we have a special tactics unit over here. All right. In your groups, you're going to elect these personnel. All right. You're going to elect a leader. You're going to elect some brainstormers. All right. A devil's advocate. The devil's advocate is going to be somebody that challenges the thoughts of the brainstormers and the group. Is that understood? All right, so if you like cause and controversy, bro, if you like drama, all right, maybe you should be the devil's advocate, all right? Okay. All right, it's the artist. All right, we got some markers up here. You're going to grab some markers so that way you can draw, all right? And then a presenter. All right, so the second half of class, we need a presenter. So this is your task. All right, behind you, you have some butcher block paper on the wall. In your groups, you're going to be assigned a battle drill. You're going to use those different tasks within your groups, and then considering what your duty position is in the lab, all right? And then you're going to fill out the performance steps for that battle drill or offensive operation I give you, based on your prior knowledge and what you've already studied. Is that understood? All right, so I need, and we also need a recorder in your groups. Somebody that will write or record in any fashion, whether it's picture or written, so that way we can share what you've built with St. Leo and St. Petersburg University. All right? All right. All right, the other person I need is a timer. Who's got a digital watch? Who wants a time?
Oh, digital? Oh, no.
Okay. Or a
I
watch.
mean, I have.
I got that analog. All right. All right. So we're going to do a rotation, so that way, all right, you can rotate and keep building on these steps. All right. We're going to do a 3-minute rotation. Okay. All right. So the cards. Cards. What are you going to do with the cards? All right. So every time you contribute something to the board, you can get rid of a card. All right, if you're holding, take 2 more, pass around. If you're holding onto a card at the end of this class, then you will have something to do. I don't know, push-ups, burpees.
I got class at 11.
Oh, we can do it extra credit after class. Something like that. All right, awesome. All right, so you personally have to contribute something, whether it be a performance step or something to the sketch that can be used productively for building your platoon SOPs. All right? Are there any questions? Go ahead.
So you said a 3-minute rotation, that's within the group, so like...
Oh man, I gotta prepare.
I don't know, what was a 3-minute rotation?
Okay, so you're going to rotate from battle drill to battle drill. All right? So you may, on the second round, you may see somebody else's work, and you will have to keep building on that.
So which one are we going to present on? The one that we end on after the end of the 3?
We will announce that after we're done with this, okay?
Oh, true. Is this squad or platoon?
Okay, I'll sign. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll sign that.
Say no more.
Okay. All right. Any questions?
Can I go get my notes?
Yes. All right. So if there are no questions, when I say go, you go. Okay. All right. This group, you're going to get squad attack on the first 2 sheets. The second group, you're going to get platoon raid. All right. The last 2 sheets, the last 3, and then my special tactics unit over here, you're going to get rack to contact. How's that? Okay.
Can we get our
The middle area. All right, timer. Go ahead, start the clock. Give him a minute. And then announce.
I can get rid of this card, right?
I'll be brain.
Contribute what?
My Sharpie to the group, so.
Ooh, no, it has to actually be a step. All right, where's the timer at? Who's the timer? All right. Once you, actually, yeah, give it a 10-second countdown and let's go. Okay.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh,
Remember, you can just be. That was like. Come on back. You feel the tank, okay, squad attack. Well, that's 16 people in
so if you've contributed something worthwhile to your list, just drop the card into that red cup.
Cool, that's one card. Draw another building, that's another card.
Oh, the solo.
Let's just show what the adherence is.
I don't know, like a hill or something.
I would just do a squad somewhere. Yeah, that way they know we're in formation. So we don't have to draw. Say, it doesn't really matter what formation, it's going to depend on the situation. Drop card. Drop card. Yep.
So it's like scene one.
Scene one, yeah.
Alright. Well, no, you know what I mean, like
The first
paper, yeah, the first.
So we're going to have a support element put up first?
No, because are we gonna use the other paper?
Line, this is like a walk-up scene. So this is like the setup. We're doing a platoon squad combat. Let's say like that. Marching went up. There's a fire area that we're gonna do.
Yeah.
No, this is like the very beginning. Like we're starting off at this point. And then we're gonna go over here. We're gonna do the actors on type stuff.
So we can do it a bunch of different ways. You can have it to where you have flanks here, you get flanks here, you get one squad goes and takes over the whole thing, while the other squad is for security.
Wait, devil's advocate. What if you guys are here and you guys are here and stuff happens here?
No, it's flank security, so they're facing out.
Yeah, 2 and 3 would be facing away.
Remember, we'll be getting like the outside edge.
You want it so that way, if you're going to do rehearsal or if it happens on the field, you can quickly execute it with minimal commands. Okay?
Wait, can I get a marker?
Yeah, okay, so like you need like cover towards
Time.
Hey, time.
All right, time. All right, rotate to your right. Over here. Go ahead. All right, so now you're going to go 2 squats back. All right, remember, if you want to write any list as well, compose a line-by-line list with your sketch. All right, go ahead.
That same tapped out, or could I do slide?
And go! Go!
That's a card right there.
Oh, do we stop cover all in? Yeah. Who died? Oh, okay, fight. Okay, so then put suppressor right here.
Hang on, you guys. 3D.
Oh, yeah.
Algorithm moves up. So we're just like labeling the things. So step. Step one. Flop, 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 flop. Well, no.
Yeah, so you want to move up and stack it. Or you exactly that.
Actually, I wouldn't. You don't want MPs right around.
Yeah, you got this one.
Picking up fucking doors. Maybe like.
Hey, fix that front on part one. Let me do them next one. Then the last one is the one that shows you. Oh, yeah. One reason.
Okay, so with a bound drill, sometimes you know, don't go into a whole nother like building like hopefully get down to sound because the way you prove that is that for case study determine if it's doctrinal sound or everything is going to be self-connected to see, but
Well, no, he'll be looking this way.
He'll look as long as he looks out. It doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, but they've already cleared this way. So why would he be looking this way?
He's looking in all directions and up. Because when you're the last man, you're looking all the way. So after the top, you're watching left and right. Well, yeah, just because you clear this way doesn't mean anything's still coming.
We should like place this squad further. But if we're doing a raid, it would be like.
So they put four in the dock.
I'm shooting over here, bang, bang, bang.
It's like an implied task. They're not gonna like.
Time.
But you don't want to do blue on blue. That's the only thing.
Alright, consider this for the raid. Alright, as you're rotating into this raid, think about things that you're going to do after the ORP. Essentially, the steps are very similar as you get to the ORP, but for a raid, it's a little different the way you set it up, right? So if this group is just focusing on enter a clear room, maybe the next group start thinking about what you do after the ORP and why is it different than a regular platoon attack or an ambush. What is different about the raid?
Trying to get a PIR.
Right, yes, you're trying to go into their house and take what they got, right?
Anything.
Okay, right. And you've already planned what? What is different about a raid than an ambush? So, right, so the additional thing that you tacked onto that is that you have a pre-planned way of getting out of it. Plan with goal, okay? Right? So it's good you're doing about those 60 in a clear room. But maybe describe some of the steps from the ORP. Like fun security or something.
Yeah, next week.
Okay, all right, 10. 10. Let's hear it.
Last second.
Go! There.
Oh, fine. Oh, yeah, no, fine. I put initiate. What's an initiate for? Squad leader, order spot. So maybe the direct fire. And he has to assess when the direct fire. Yeah, you evaluate.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, you're having like 2 people with that.
Oh, no, excellent play.
So your doctor is talking on
As soon as it starts,
So I mean, 2 minutes is kind of
That's given with this.
Well, not on the objective then.
Yeah, but I mean, that's kind of given with this.
ours is like less than like 3 minutes.
Well, I mean, that's assuming you're going to take as what is the objective. That should just be a part of. They should. I'll just put all the reports here.
Well, even if you go to enemy, you still call it out.
Stash the dead bodies with the grass grow.
So this is after you get off the objective. That's included. Except for general. Yeah, get rid of all my cards, man.
Oh, and then
That shit they got.
do they have to write down? Okay.
Well, here, I'll put that here. Boom! So,
So it's like cover me while I move, but then like squatting.
so, don't forget it's all pretty objective. Time! Yeah, that's a small tap right there. Rotate. I got no cards. We still have some cards here.
Right here.
Okay.
A lot of cards.
Alright.
So we probably want to just say how we're
Yeah, you know what?
I didn't say start yet, did I?
Oh!
That's your
one. I think they're trying to say.
I said read the bow, and I said right on the bow.
Hey, more.
Whoa! I thought I had to run on the boat.
Go! Now you can go.
Drop four.
That's exactly what
I think no, but the idea here is that I remember doing the so imagine if we had people getting messed up. Like we're basically kind of like this. Right, and then well, I mean, I'm not saying exclusive, I think they have to Alright, so point security. So we know there's clause in the back.
Wait, tomorrow?
Okay, well, if you had, so like, say you had like 1, 2, 3, you had basketball, 1, 2, 3, right, left.
Well, if you have it at an angle, that gets the whole thing. Yeah, then put up the setup security.
We're talking about security now.
Put it all security. Put all shape security and make sure only one guy's getting this.
So I know earlier we said they're going to be
Okay, so double back in on here.
I thought we only well, the guys on the outside.
So sometimes we play this game when you're presenting.
Yeah, that way.
That's kind of fun.
Well, the idea is that you're watching it. You're not actually just shooting.
Yeah.
Because it's fat. No, it is. It's avocado. It's like more efficient.
So what?
Feel that.
You don't have to make drive. All you have to do is turn out. That's how the thing about radio.
Yeah, you have something to do to Overwatch, and then like, I don't think you need 2 squads on Overwatch.
It's like what is.
Time!
Oh, okay. Okay. I guess keep ready. More.
Boy, you want to make sure you do. What are they called? Machine gunners? Or like those cut packages?
Alright, so your leaders. Where the leaders at? Come up here.
Don't be here, but yeah.
I'm double classic, right?
I forgot to put it down.
I don't know.
Oh, we gotta get up there.
Yo, you're confused. I said I was devil's out.
We have 3 double out there.
Time.
Alright, put it down. Alright, so I think you've done a good job initially. Your list. Seems like everybody's done something. Alright? So now we're going to go into round 2 for this set. Your group is going to pick the cards, and the highest card will get to pick what boundary they want to demonstrate to the rest of the class. And then so on and so forth. Okay? Alright?
Oh, my.
Also, sorry, Ricardo, we can use this card too.
So 12 leaders with the manager.
Oh, that's come out of here.
Oh, money off again.
And then
Are you saying hi?
You're just trying to give me your card.
Are there any wild cards? Jason Bob? No. Jackson Bob?
Our ace is high.
1 minute.
All the cards are everything.
I'm nervous, bro. I'm not trying to confuse it.
High cards, we can get this.
really you're gonna go
Go, Robinson, you got it.
Oh, look at that.
What in the world?
Might be an ace.
Oh, no.
You got first. You got the highest card.
Peace made!
That's a 1! Nope!
Where's the watermelon? Wait, you have to say highest card. Alright, so you get to pick what you want to present on. You get to pick second.
Yeah, we wouldn't
Hey, what's an ace?
Alright, so here we're saying it's for presenting. Now, who's the leader and in your group, you want to categorize your group so that way you have a platoon sergeant, platoon leader, if it's a squad, squad leader, and your 2 team leaders, and include some key positions because you're going to, your presenter is going to refine, well, you as a group are going to refine your performance steps, and then you develop a way that you can show the underclassmen what to do if you were given 5 minutes to conduct battle drill rehearsal, or in your patrol base during the PLPs, you have time to conduct a rehearsal on that mission. Alright, so essentially you are briefing you're developing a very quick pocket class, meaning it's going to break out a manual. This is something you develop as a unit, so that way when we go to the lab and they say we're going to conduct a SWAT attack, we'll do rehearsals. You can take your MS1s and 2s as MS3s and conduct a rehearsal by describing steps and showing them using a sketch or change sketch. Okay. So this is going to be quick fire. We're only going to give you about 5 minutes to refine your class, and then each group will present. Alright? Ken, where you at? Hear it. Go!
Alright. Hey, I'll be up.
Okay, we need
Probably.
so let's see who's the squad leader and then probably what are the other teams you guys probably need to show? No. What I'm saying, like, for this presentation right now.
You can have 2. So
Yeah, we need to get like leaders, we get 2 team leaders. You said your squad leader?
Okay, you can talk.
Hey, you're right. And then are you squad leader? Is that what you're and then I'll be
okay, so start from here. Start from after the order.
Casting enemy band, right?
yeah, so team leader.
After the order,
Gets on line. Gets on line. Well, first my headman.
What's different now? Headquarters? Okay, well, headquarters like the other two guys, order together. And then, what do you always have? So what? So you have salt element?
Alright, so wait.
Support element.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so we'll just do one person then. Alright. So who's the squad leader? Alright, do squad leader. So we'll do opposite. There'll be Andy right here. We'll be like, alright, boom. He gets down and then I'm in the middle. Alright, and then he like describes what's going on. Alright, you're squad leader. Alright, and then we talk to him about what's going on. Yeah, bro. Alright, and then so okay, we see MSIII, so that's the best option.
ACUs, 10 boots. First sergeant Reagan. Alright. And then what's gonna happen? I think it's an O. Bang. Drop the mic. Alright. Then what's gonna happen is once they have to cover all of the trees, they're gonna return fire. The first down people will return fire.
Pretend like we take cover. Back. Bang.
Get fire! Squad leader is going to be assessing the situation.
Let fire. Okay, they're in a
Bang! Stay on line!
Now what do you set up?
At the same time as they're doing this, they're going to be going ahead and getting their latest score.
Bang.
So I got a squad leader deciding how he wants to attack the situation. While we
Enemy has not moved. I repeat.
Over-exaggerated flame in the background.
Did Michael Bay direct this one?
They're filming this on a phone on a tripod. How good
Now, Bravo team will assault through.
You guys said it like you're really
Bang. Once they hit away. Away. Hold on. 360 security, so the ends will stick out. Now we go ahead and move into the actions on objectives. So, squad leader's going to call out for PPW. Slow back. So the EPW team is going to come in, conduct EPW searches on the enemy.
Don't forget.
Yeah. At this time, during this, the team leaders will be getting their lace reporter, and the squad leader will be developing a slip report. Once EPW is done, they'll go ahead and return to their security positions. Next, the squad leader will call in aim litter. So aim litter will come in now that the EPW has been cleared. They will conduct any changes necessary as well as those squad members that were hit. And then we'll return to the security position. Finally, the squad leader will call in the demolition team. So the demolition team will destroy any equipment per SOP. Boom. Charges are set. Now, the squad leader will follow through with his exfil plan. His plan was to have red. All right, so go ahead. Red. They're number 2. White for Bravo team. White. And blue for the squad leader remaining demo team. Burning. Boom.
Time!
Kill!
You got +3. Those are big extras. Yep, we're good. You got it. Do you want to take a little bit again? Is that a ghetto yeti? Wait, the ghetto yeti.
That took the best. That was the greater too. That's like part of our biggest year. Center is no by
Ready to go?
But make sure we're in alphabet because like when they were doing that, we can squad their managers in there because like they would have left it. So somebody. One more question. So we're going over all that, and then by the like last hour, or be strictly. Wow.
When you get you're essentially so you have to
I'll stop cursing.
Never. Never.
They'll be like, are you cooking dinner? No. Oh, you're gonna take that? You're gonna take that?
It's like he doesn't want to stay out there. Yeah, but he doesn't want to be out there.
I'll never forget when you were doing that. I lost my
All right, so good. So stop where you're at. And this group, you want to go first? All right, so in order to get started, I'm going to just tell me where you would. Assume we're in a very long probate.
Yeah, I feel three.
Let's take the stage where you.
That's our interview.
So, do you want us to start from the ORP to the objective or from the ORP?
They're underground.
So we have eyes on. So that's the point. So
Strong ties
Oh,
of
yeah,
ground.
so you don't just start right. Well,
Oh god, nothing.
from okay,
It was back for me. You got some of that video?
Stop. I can't watch that. You make me feel embarrassed.
I did do that.
I'm surprised you don't
I
post
did
any
single
like.
arm, single arm.
I'm surprised you don't post any like PT videos.
Hell no. Well, I used to do that actually.
Oh, you're not practicing.
I don't need it. Hey guys, no, no, my hey, okay, they were really
No, I'm talking about here, not out there.
All right, so when you want your wedding.
Hey guys, you guys are you?
So whoever is the presenter or leader, go ahead.
I was gonna do video.
Team leaders around.
Yeah.
There's no precedence on what order you have to do. Hey, Pens, are you in this or are you just keeping time on the clock?
Definitely.
We did it last year.
Well, remember, is there going to be an out there?
We just have to coordinate with exercise.
Alright, yeah. Go sit behind that.
Okay, wait. Switch. Yeah. You're on like.
Yes.
No. It's not easier.
All right, so
He counts as two.
squad one.
Bro, I'm probably
All right, so this. All right, everyone's paying.
Hold up, who said y'all was going first?
All right, y'all go.
Hey,
They're going first. They're going first.
Y'all can go ahead.
No, we saved the best for last. It's cool. Go.
Okay. All right, so I can't go first. All right.
Hey, you got a guy over there.
You gotta.
Yeah. That's out four, man.
That's all we need.
All right, is everyone paying attention? All right, because I don't want to repeat myself. All right. So at this point, we've moved past the ORP. We're bounding in a squad column fire team wedge. We have our alpha team leader leading. We don't have enough people to demonstrate like the compass man, all that jazz. So we're going to demonstrate that Wolf is our squad leader. Behind him, we have De Jesus, the Bravo team leader. So at this point,
So you can take this time, you can fill in the rest of your squad. That was part of the initial instruction, so you can fill in the rest of the squad from the other groups.
oh, I can.
Mhm.
Okay. So I'll do.
Pens, move back so that way they can actually. Yeah.
Or Johnson.
Get behind that wall. How about that?
Take cover, man. All right, so right here we have our compass men.
Just poke your head out everyone.
You're on my team. I'm on your team.
Get behind that tree. Yeah, that tree. Not this. Yeah. Just hide behind the tree, like.
If they're real, they'll pull up on that wall.
Just pull up, pull up.
So right, no. Yeah, so right here we have our rifleman compassman, General Xavier Johnson. Is everyone? Alright. Do we Jesus, did they add? They good? Alright, then we have our squad leader, our RTO, our Bravo team leader, a gunner, our grenadier, and then our assistant gunner. Alright, so at this point,
Pen, start your watch. 5 minutes. All right, so you have to complete this class in 5 minutes.
how much time do I have left?
5 minutes.
Oh, I have 5 minutes now?
Yeah.
Alright, okay, well I've covered everything. Alright, so at this point, they have eyes on, so Alpha team gets down, gets in prone. Alright, and then they're gonna report. What do you think? Yeah, get online. Alright, so the squad leader is gonna assess the situation. He's gonna determine, you know, the size of the enemy, what's going on. He's gonna say the best route to go, like what flank. So, I mean, in this scenario, we can just imagine that there's a huge tree to Penn's right shoulder. So he's gonna go to the left side. He's gonna go on the left flank. So he'll get to Bravo team leader and disseminate that information. All right. So at this point.
So remember, if you're a squad leader, you may have to actually move up to your lead team to actually assess the situation, okay? If you don't have visual, you may have to move up to either talk to them or to visually get eyes on, all right? If you have a radio, then use a radio.
So in this setup, the squad leader not need it.
All right, so the squad leader now has information. He's okay in this scenario for demonstration purposes. He has assessed it. Bravo team
Squad, like the headquarters.
is going to get up and bound left.
Automatic rifleman, assistant rifleman. And then they have the op team, route team, like the same how they're set up right now. So does that matter, like how we teach it?
Well, so you're not given an automatic rifleman as cadets, so you can still set the wedge, but then you're just without that type of system.
Did they come off that camp?
You will be given an automatic rifleman. You will be given a SMG-49. So.
They start initiating fire, and then the squad leader over here calls out, shift fire.
You're good, you're good.
Enemy!
You're good, you're good.
3 o'clock, 50 meters.
Civilian on the battlefield.
Okay, so everybody here, what everybody here that's watching, is that the most practical way of crossing the objective? Think about that. Should everybody just stand up and walk across an area in a single file line that could have more enemies?
No.
Okay.
You just don't know. We only see one.
The team leaders are going to go to the squad leader and give him a lace report. You don't know what a lace report is? I should add something like that, right? Okay, lace report is like liquid ammunition, equipment. So after lace reports were given, everyone's not green, but should be everyone is green. Then the squad leader will call out EPW. Sorry about that. You want to make sure that you're line to the point where all points are covered. So. Alright, so at this point, squad leader will call out EPW. Should we demonstrate that, Sergeant McConnell? No. Alright, Aiden Leonard.
The only big difference is that it's premeditated versus a reactive combat.
how the team follows. Then you get back to the ORP because you don't want to stick around because there could be a QRL. Just a quick reaction.
Bounding's the safest way to do it. We'll take the action mode. I don't know. I have an experience with that.
All right.
What is the most effective way to do it?
Okay, so everybody come in here. We got a couple questions. All right, so I know typically the videos, because they're just pictures and it's usually PowerPoints, or because it's just how they do it, it usually looks like everybody just stands up, gets online, and walks across, right? Sometimes in movies, that's how they depict it. Just think about this. What if there were more enemy around? Do you want an entire team or squad standing up in a single file line and moving across the objective at the same time? What? All right. 2 words: fire maneuver. Cover me while I move. In terms, what could be a better way, a more practical way, logical way? Go ahead.
Like a buddy team movement, like 2 from each, or like if there's like 6, 18, or 4.
3 and 3.
Yeah, so 3 you can like 2 and 2 or 3 and 3. Like 1 covers 1 or 2 covers 2. Bounding.
Okay. All right. So, in some cases, you may just stand up, but just think about this. In order to preserve the assets that you have in your squad or platoon, you want to minimize the level of risk. And one way of doing it is just using that technique: cover me while I move. While half of my squad is moving across the objective, I'm maintaining the other half of that squad, that other fire team, is maintaining security, covering them while they move across the other half. So, right there you go. Individual movement techniques, and then controlling your fire teams and your squad as they bound across the objective. All right. So just think about that. Don't literally take what the PowerPoint looks like or the cartoon or picture and think that is what you do IRL, right in real life, right? Any questions? All right, go ahead.
So for camp and future lab purposes, should we just continue moving in a line, or should we do like a buddy team?
So, MSIII, so here's the thing. To me, as it will have the look and feel of being more practical, being more technically sound if you're using fire and maneuver. Meaning, one team is moving, the other team or element is covering them while they move. All right. So you can still engage the enemy, all right, but you have a set of eyes and other cadets or soldiers in a position where they can shoot while the team moves up. Now you have to control that. Maybe you have to rehearse how far you're bound up, but I would say the kindergarten way of doing it is everybody stand up and walk across when I walk. But we are all exposed at the same time. What if somebody just said, hey, oh crap, the rest of my enemy squad just got destroyed. I'm just going to sit back here with my machine gun and try to do a last ditch effort and destroy the Americans. Alright? Go ahead.
So I'm kind of a good way. Is it a good way to do this? Like have like a quick, like verbal demonstration, like slow, and then be like, all right, this is what it is in real time, and then have that sort of, so like explain. Yeah, explain it like, okay, this is buddy, and then step back, and then all right, now watch it in real time, and then they go throughout. And then is that?
Yeah. So you have to assess the learning of your 1s and 2s. When we start forming up in our lab groups and during PT, maybe ask me, what do you know about squad attack? If they say, I know nothing, then maybe you might have to show them by the numbers. Okay. Who's next? Okay. All right. So you got 5 minutes. Pens, where you at? All right. Go ahead. If you need more personnel, go ahead and get that now. If you don't, let's hear it.
We need 3 volunteers. All right, so we're going to go ahead and describe a react to contact. So, just a little leadership rundown. Our squad is moving in a squad column fire team wedge along a route. we have our Alpha team leader, Robinson, raise your hand. Our squad leader, Nicholsheimer, is RTO, Watson, and our Bravo team leader, Curry. All right? So what's going to be happening is the squad's going to be moving down their direction of travel. They're moving, they're moving, they're moving. All right? All of a sudden, boom! This tree comes out with an AK and starts blasting them. First thing they're going to do is get down and get to cover.
12 o'clock.
Go ahead. All right, so what she's going to do is whoever sees the enemy is going to shout out the 3 Ds, distance, direction, description. And that's going to echo throughout the entire squad.
12 o'clock, 10 feet, it's an oak tree.
12 o'clock, 10 feet, an oak tree. All right, now that they've established that, the leading element, in this case Alpha Team, is going to go ahead and return fire. While this is going on, the squad leader is going to come up and assess the situation. All right, now the squad leader assesses the situation, he's going to brief his Bravo team leader. While this is going on, the Alpha team leader is going to do their best to try to orient their people in the best position possible. They're going to still continue to send fire. So the squad leader decided to send his Bravo team around to flank the enemy. So once they're in position, they're going to also go ahead and send fire. So at this time, anyways, what's going to happen is he's going to have his assaulting element, in this case, the Alpha team, get up and assault to the objective. Before they do that, they're going to call out shift and lift fire, which will travel and echo across the entire squad. Shift fire! Lift fire! So they're going to assault the objective using their IMTs and basic maneuver. So once they hit their LOA, they'll echo off with LOA. So the Bravo team leader is going to, or the supporting element will go ahead and assault through using their IMTs. And once they hit their LOA, they'll echo across. They will go ahead and get the 360 security, so the ends will kick out.
EPW.
All right, now that we're in our 360 security, the squad leader is going to call for his EPW. So that EPW is going to come in, and they're going to check it and make sure we're clear. Make sure that tree ain't going to harm nobody. While this is going on, the team leaders are going to be gathering lace reports, liquid, ammunition, casualty, and equipment to make sure everybody's good to go. So once the EPW is clear, the squad leader will call out for aid and litter. Yeah, go and call it.
Yeah, we did. Aid and litter.
Okay, so the aid and litter will come in. Any soldiers that are injured or dead or wounded will be checked and cleared, all right? Make sure they're good to go. And finally, the squad leader called for
Demo.
move in. So the demolition team, depending on the mission, will come in to destroy any enemy equipment or things that we don't want to leave behind. So once that's set, let's say set. The squad leader will follow through with his exfil plan.
Red.
So in this case, he's using the red, white, and blue exfil plan. So the red will be the assaulting element moves back.
White.
White will be the supporting element moves back, getting into 360 security course. And then blue, where the squad leader and the demolition team move off the objective, burning, 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 boom. So now that the objective has been cleared, the squad leader will go around and gather lace reports, and he will send up a salute report to higher, describing what he saw. What was RTO will? Any questions? All right, that's it.
Okay, so reactive contact, my only comment for here is you also have to consider what if you have to break contact. All right, what if you cannot stay and engage the enemy, right?
Right.
Okay, all right, so before we get heavy into these leadership labs in the field or the FTX, consider that your squad has an SOP, or when you get to camp, if you're the squad leader, platoon leader, that when you're developing SOPs, they know how to break contact. Because you're going to be fighting other cadet platoons, and you just don't want to get wiped out on your first iteration. Is that understood? Okay. So you have to make these decisions. You have to apply what you're seeing on the battlefield, the type of fire that you're receiving from the enemy, and then make a decision. I'm gonna fight, or I'm gonna break contact, and then we're gonna maneuver again on that enemy because we just can't take them right now. All right, don't just roll over into a fetal position and eat an MRE, okay? Do something. All right, so last group. Enter and clear a room. Let us. Okay, all right, so you can spend a minute maybe describing the steps going up to that for a raid verbally, and then you can show us how to enter and clear a room. All right, so everybody, let's go and stand in a position where you can see and observe their class.
That was Mitch, right?
If you want to get out of the sun, I know it's hot. You can get it. You good? Okay. All right. There you go. Oh, yeah, I know.
There's one guy that runs like suicide rushes 4 semesters in a row.
Okay, we have platoon raid. We're going to start at the ORP. Actually, we should probably discuss the important aspects of the platoon raid. So with the platoon raid, your main objective is collecting information, destroying, equipment, sensitive items, taking sensitive items. So a big thing with that is recon, because you have to know where you're going, what you want to take, what you need to destroy, and that leads into the planned withdrawal plan. I know it sounds funny, but before you get to your objective, you're going to know how you're going to get off. So you're going to have teams, and you're going to have different locations. So once you are complete with your objective, you're going to have your teams either decide you want to go to black or gold. That's generally how they do it.
Okay, so you start in your ORP. You have a rally point, but you send your recon team to pick how you want to assault your objective. So this is your enemy. They might have some kind of border, like protection of a fence or walls, and you might have to maneuver through. You can choose, if you have platoon size, you can have 2 squads be an assaulting element, your weapon squad, and then you're always going to have like some kind of rear security element. So it's kind of the same as like a squad attack. You're going to move up and then pick how you want to move through. Your weapon squad can start fire, and then your assault squad can move through. Now zooming in on a platoon raid, let's say you're doing a village or some kind of room clearing. That's going to be the next portion we're going to show, where you're actually clearing a room.
So generally with clearing a room, you like to have 5 people. You have usually a team leader who initiates the signal, they send it back. That alerts the last person to come on up to the front and check the door. They're checking to make sure there's no traps. They're checking the handle, seeing if it's open. Because if it's open, you don't need to kick the door down. Okay, so then he's going to send a signal back to the first person, saying it's all good. She sends the signal all the way back. They send it forward to let them know that they're good to go. Then the first person gives the signal to the door checker. Picks the door in. First person takes the corner they want to go to. The second person goes automatically to the opposite corner. And then the third and fourth person just fall in on either side. You always want to be aiming at the farthest corner. You want to make sure that nobody goes to the farthest corner or they will be in the line of fire. Once they finish firing, the team leader will call for a ceasefire, and then they'll just check if they'll sound off. 1 up, 2 up,
3 up.
go up, restock. Then they get back into their positions by the door.
4 friendlies coming out.
So the team moves out, and the last person makes sure to grab the security. And your room is cleared.
Good job, third group. You had the probably the most challenging one, describing the raid. This is something that we're going to get into. So excellent job covering those main points and then doing this. All right, so my only comments for enter clear room. I know when we go to JTA, we don't actually have a building to go into. You may at camp. Now, a couple of things. When you're checking in the door,
The technique that you usually see is that people will do this or they'll mine something. Now, that's just to show that you're actually visually checking it. Does it make sense to actually touch a door that could be booby-trapped? No, right. Okay, so just understand that it is just a way in a battle drill, our soldiers or cadets show, yes, I'm checking a door. But in real life, Sergeant McConnell's up there, I'm checking a door. I'm not going to touch anything if it's just going to blow up in the face, okay? I don't want anything to blow up in my face. So I'm looking at it, if there's wires everywhere, a time bomb, all right, I'm like, okay, I'll probably have a hand-on signal for that so that way everybody knows, like, okay, it's obviously booby trap. We're not going to kick this in. So that's another thing that people get used to seeing, but in real life, is it really practical? All right? These are all practical things that you're going to apply here this semester and then in camp. And the other thing, if you're going to kick a door in, you want to get out of the way of the door, so maybe just do like a side step out of the way of the door so that way you're not in that, what they describe as a fatal funnel. Meaning, if I'm enemy, I'm just going to have my gun pointed at the doorway. If I hear or see anything, I'm just going to hold down the trigger and start shooting. So this requires violence of action, planning, rehearsing, and intelligence. If you know enemies in there, or maybe you don't send a SWAT in, especially if there is an enemy that is just shooting out of that doorway. Maybe you have to give them different assets so that way they can breach that door effectively in that room. All right? Any questions?
No question. Would you normally just go in there after kicking the door? Would you usually toss in like a flash grenade or something before you go in? Or would you just go in normally?
Okay, so there are many different ways of doing it. That could be one way, especially if that's the only option. When in urban operations, when the enemy was essentially booby trapping every room that we're in, one of the techniques that higher level special forces, Delta Force developed was a call out. So the Army units would surround a room and then maybe set huge loudspeakers or whatever they needed to do to get the enemy to just get out of the room, okay? As a very low collateral damage way of dealing with enemy that may be barricaded in there. Now, downside, it could probably take a long time. You can't just kick the door in and go in there, but that was one way some Army units did it. All right, as you see on TV and current events, obviously there's raids going on right now. Law enforcement, they're using the various techniques of doing that at camp. In most cases, be prepared to enter a clear room at least once or twice during rotation. There's probably going to be some type of raid where you will have to go in and destroy a high-value target or get some information in some type of urban setting. Is that understood? Okay, so this is something I would say it's going to happen maybe 10 to 15% of the time from my estimation, based on what Cadet Command is saying and based on what happened last year. All right, so one quick question. Why do you think this is important for you to learn as MS3s this semester as it applies to lab and camp? Go ahead.
We're going to have to teach this to people and be like MS3 trainers for those MS1s and 2s that don't know any of this.
Right, there you go. Okay, so they probably look at you as the leaders. You're the NCOs of the regiment, so you run, this battalion, so you run this battalion. And they're expecting you to be some type of expert at tactics, all right? Why is this important for your future as a officer? Go ahead.
It's a big part of our rating at camp to understand all the tactics and be able to also teach it to people there as well. Because I know when I went to CIT and I did some of these things, it was a big help to people that have never seen it before, which we will see at camp.
Okay, good. All right, go ahead.
I was going to say that these are the baseline of all the battle drills that we're learning, so we're going to pretty much build on this foundation. So these are essential to know so that we can implement more advanced techniques later on in the future.
Okay, good. All right, so done a lot of work, especially drawn or written recorders. Go ahead, capture that information before we tear this down, and so that way I can post it. We can post it to share with St. Leo and St. Petersburg. Any questions? All right. So, class leaders get more. Go ahead, capture that information. Bring all those supplies up here. That way I can carry it upstairs, and then you're good to go. If you have any other questions or issues, just go and stick around after cleaning up, and then you can talk to myself or Sergeant Wilson. Sergeant Wilson, got anything? No. Okay. All right. Good job today.
That's a good job. Yeah, I like that. Hey, do not forget, this Friday, 6 to 8.
Hey guys, you get that? Friday, 6 to 8, bowling.
Oh.
MSIII versus adherence. I'll get that more information on.
That's my buddy on it.
No, Daisy.
Thank you. They sent me a picture of his wife, and she actually was glowing naturally. And she's super excited. So I want to make sure you're getting it.
Yeah, I mean, he was technical. I think you only need 2.
Really? See you later then. You're a liar.
Yeah, what do you think? I just feel like we can get everything done then. Schedule like a day so we can put it on your He said whatever day.
I know they get tired of seeing that. Especially when you talking about tax.
Yeah, from 6 to 8.
All right, save them.
I guess I could list this.
Save the first one.
Yeah, I don't know. He said he helped with the age and everything.
He seemed like he had
Wednesday will be the same thing.
He seemed like the one where he got obviously got
More lead. Sergeant Wilson is working on that, and then he's going to use us to help facilitate it. I know for at least the upcoming version of the
So can you let them know on the outlying campuses that it is on Blackboard?
Can y'all hear me? Everything's on Blackboard, so just like on
feels like
The super lab.
Steven Quentin Tarantino, like explosions and shit.
it's under Lab 5, the warm-up.
Okay, so these slides just to illustrate your warning order. So we're good. This semester, since we have a lot of training to do, we're going to try to get ahead of the curve a little bit more so that way we can get through TLPs for training. Okay, so you can see, starting off with this warning order, we're going to go to JTA. So you as MS4s, you're primarily going to be tasked with making sure these MS3s are trained to conduct more complex operations for this lab. It's going to be a raid and reconnaissance. Next. All right, so going over the priorities for the APMS and PMS. Once again, land nav is going to be important. That's why we're doing it more often this semester with TLPs. Once again, what's important in these labs is the troop leading procedures, meaning that prior to lab, they're starting the troop leading procedures now. And then when they get out to lab, you're observing and coaching them through troop leading procedures so that way they're properly conducting mission analysis and then briefing their operations order effectively. Is that understood? Okay, next. All right, so here's your mission. So you as MS4s are going to coach, mentor, and train the MS3s, 2s, and 1s to conduct a raid and reconnaissance during the super lab with the focus on TLPs to get them ready for camp. Any questions? Accept this challenge? All right. Next. So brief concept. We're just going to try to utilize as much space as possible in JTA because we're going to have 2 platoons out there. We've already sent out the lab rosters. So 2 platoons and then a 3rd platoon of late arrivals, which should comprise some type of op board. Next. Okay, as you can see, this is kind of the glide path of the MS students are doing. What we've already completed to the left, what we're going to do to the right of the super lab. But we don't have too many classes, too many opportunities for you as MS4s to, as their MS4 mentor, to start pinging the designated key leaders for these labs so that way you can help them through the troop leading procedures. Meaning they should be issuing some type of warning order to their platoon. They should start going through some type of process where they're preparing for this lab, where they show up and they're prepared to train. And you're going to help them do that. All right? Next. So, Cadet Lewis, you're going to be my OIC. How about that? All right. Carter, the other infantry one, you're going to be the ACIC. All right, so OIC, give me a time for your recon. I'll meet up with you. OTM roster, make sure that's sent out and scrubbed the way it's going to go. And then I want to talk about how we're going to, you as MS4s, start linking up with your MS3 key leaders so the way they feel like they have help before they get to this lab along the way. All right, Lewis? If you have any questions, catch me inside. All right.
Damn.